Australia was worth $58,824 billion US dollars in 2019, according to official data from the World Bank and projections from Trading Economics. The GDP value of Australia represents 1.16% of the world economy. Singapore was worth its $62,690 billion US dollars in 2019, according to official data from the World Bank and projections from Trading Economics. The GDP value of Singapore represents 0.31% of the world economy. Domestic product, GDP, in Denmark was worth $63,434 billion US dollars in 2019, according to official data from the World Bank. The GDP value of Denmark represents 0.29% of the world economy. The gross domestic product, GDP, in the United States was worth $64,906 billion US dollars in 2019, according to official data from the World Bank and projections from Trading Economics. The GDP value of the United States represents 17.65% of the world economy. Gross domestic product per capita in Qatar was last recorded at $62,021.10 US dollars in 2019. The GDP per capita in Qatar is equivalent to 491% of the world's average. Iceland. European country of Iceland has a current GDP of $78,181 US dollars. 2 years prior, Iceland was documented as having a GDP of $73,529 US dollars. Ireland. GDP of Ireland is $81,477 US dollars. Compared to the GDP of the country in 2017, the current Irish GDP is nearly $11,000 US dollars greater than it was. For reference, Ireland's GDP in 2017 was $70,220 US dollars. Switzerland is yet another European country that made the list of top 5 wealthiest countries based on GDP per capita. The GDP of Switzerland is currently $83,833 US dollars. This is much higher than the GDP of Switzerland in 2017, which was registered as being $80,069 US dollars. Norway. The GDP of Norway ranks as the second largest in the world. Back in 2017, Norway's GDP registered as $74,571 US dollars. 2 years later, in 2019, the country experienced a heightened jump to a GDP value of $86,362 US dollars. The European country of Luxembourg has been classified and defined as the richest country in the world. Looking at Luxembourg in particular, the GDP of the country in 2017 was $107,053 US dollars. In 2019, the country's GDP increased to $119,719 US dollars.